Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know. Wow, we have the talk of the town right now. Right now, what's the talk of the town? It's quarter century Stampede, man. We're addicted to the brown. The markets are going wild. A lot of volatility. People are rushing in. You're going to get that first initial rush, that demand. People needing their cards, their pieces of brown, their pieces of cardboard. You know, they need to get their hands on it, especially as we get closer towards that season, guys. That's just the way of the game. Usually, this is the best season in Yu-Gi-Oh! Post-reprint sets, post-ban list sets. I'm sorry, not sets, post-ban list. We just got the rarity collection. This is the best time of the year. People getting their hands on these staples, and they need it. They're going to YCS Providence, where they're going to see your boy. You're going to come up, say hi. You know, they're going to the next YCS and the next regionals and Nats eventually, and they're getting ready. Most people either have their invites or they're still grinding their way to that place, and they need the cards to do so. It's just that simple. The competitive season is at its apex right now, and people just need these cards. You can see staples like for Wallows finally having cheaper copies, but even the cheapest of copies are around 20 bones. We're going to discuss each and every single rarity of the staples. That's how we're going to start, you know, the first half of the market watch, just focusing on the staples, because I want you guys, again, we're going to always be against the grain. For the most part, 90 to 95% of these cards you want to avoid. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get a Diabell Star alternate art that maybe was for 50s or 60s or 75s, whatever. We never checked the price here. This is like the first time that we're really reviewing the set. You know, first we made the secret rare market watch. If you need something, stay small. You know, you get the penny stonks, you get exposure, you know, and then cards that you should consider selling in last market watch, yesterday's market watch. But today's the first time that we actually dig in. We're going to dig into multiple different rarities. We're going to dig into multiple staples and some of these quarter century secret rares as well, and just monitor these charts and provide that feedback. So again, there's going to be the occasional, you know, recoveries, especially now. It's early. These cards are scarce for the quarter century secret rares. For the most part, they're hard to pull, and people are going to rush in. So that's to be expected. But again, we're going to discuss this set. You know, pictures are starting to come in. About time, man. About time. Some of these cards just look gorgeous, guys. So we're going to discuss essentially the best-selling cards. First starting with staples, then going down, you know, through each rarity and touching base on a couple of cards. Again, it's a hard set to cover because you have, excuse me, guys, multiple different rarities, and so many, you know, it's the same card, but it has like 6-7 different rarities. So again, you know, we're gonna cover this set, and it's hot right now, fresh off the press. So I'm excited to get started. Look at these million tabs here. Yo, someone was like, Jay, I can't see all those tabs. It's just too much. Always having fun with you guys. I wanted to say thank you, guys. Wanted to say thank you, man. Channel has been booming the last couple of days. Insane. You know, this is 4K on the back end. Over 600 hours watched, almost 30 subscribers gained in a 24-hour period. One video, that is wild for my channel. Is not usual. So again, we're at the height of the Yu-Gi-Oh season right now. A lot of people want to know prices. A lot of people want to cover the markets. And I just want to say thank you. You know, I like highlighting these small milestones of growth. Again, when we notice here, we're growing. That means we're converting Billy Bobs, guys. You guys already know. Just wanted to say thank you to the community. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? And again, shout out to the members, man. Members are amazing. Shout out to Josh, you know, that just joined. Shout out to the people that have been rejoining and continue to provide support. Shout out to Jams, Lee Sings, Casey Fan, Gabriel Conklin, TK. All these guys recently joining or rejoining, and the rest. There's a big fat list. Just wanted to say thank you so much to all the members, man. I really do appreciate your support. And thank you. And again, link in the description down below. If you want to track any of these Stampede cards, make sure you click that link in the description down below one by one as we go through these. There's a lot of tabs, so you want to make sure that you cover these one by one. We got the resource for you. Click down below, first link. Don't miss out. And we have Billy Bob's, just in case you want to add any of these to your collection. Don't miss out. And we have giveaways ongoing all the time on the Discord. Discord continues to grow. Look, and recently we just had a reroll. We had a reroll because the winner, they were like, you can just reroll. I'm like, wow, this community is amazing. He's like, no, I want them to win it. You know, someone else. So that's insane. That's why you want to be in the Discord, to give yourself a shot to win free cardboard. Then we have Mo Charming for Wallows, guys. We can't lie to ourselves. This is the best reprint inside the set. The card that everyone wanted. The card that at one point was 125 to like 150s, it felt like, when it first came out. People needing play sets. Every deck plays 3 of these except your boy Jay, because I'm a scrub. And, so again, the demand for this card is bonkers. People are realizing they had to pay 40 to 50s not too long ago to even get access to the same type of rarity with the secret rare. So again, this is the perfect mid-max rarity. And when it comes to price, you have a V-shaped recovery. Card came out at 25s, went down to 20s, and now recovering back up to, 28 to 30s, 18 listings. Excuse me. And again, this past weekend, we said we have cards that will be exceptions to the norm for the most part, especially at the beginning, and those are staples. Those are staples. We said that the demand for these cards are too great, especially for Wallows. Everyone needs playsets. There's people that have always been on the sidelines that the card was too expensive, and now being down 50%, over 50% from, the previous midterm highs when it was 50s, 60s, and everyone still needed it. People come in, they're like, yo, this is the time. I'm getting ready for Nats. I'm getting ready for YCS Providence. I'm getting ready for my local regionals or just to go to locals and dominate. And this secret rare is just V-shaped recovering. So, again, it's still early in the game. Like we said through the weekend, this is just the first inning. Literally, the set just came out on Friday for the masses at retailers and everywhere. So, it's early. The initial rush for staples, we told you guys this was to be expected. And here we are. So we're not surprised. We're not going crazy. We're not like, oh my God. We said through the weekend, if you need this card at 20 bones, I can't blame you. It's a staple. The demand is great. You get exposure. Me, I still don't. Well, yeah. I did a pack opening, so stay tuned for that. That's coming out probably later this week. That was super fun. Cracking open my box, guys. I'm gonna post it on you guys gotta watch that when I post it up. It was insane. But guys, in the meantime, this card is what, 28, 29, 30 bucks. You still need around $100 post-tax to get access to this card. Is crazy, man. I believe it should have been cheaper. I think they shouldn't have short printed it, to that scale. But it is what it is. At least there's a reprint before Nats, and it's much cheaper than previous prices. So we'll continue to monitor this. Right now, check mark recovery. The masses are coming in, hundreds and hundreds of copies being sold every single day. And you even have competition with other rarities, but still, man, again, this is the secret rare. Wanted to start off fresh off the press with the mid-max rarity. And if you need it, I understand. Again, staples are the only exception. We're going to cover like 3-4 cards that they're the exception to the norm. Then the rest of the 90 to 95% of cards in this set, higher rarity, more scarce. We get it. Those are less liquid. They can go up in price. We understand. But we're talking about most of the other cards that we're going to be touching base here, just getting destroyed in price, especially for the lower end. So we'll make sure to cover that. Then we have the Platinum Secret Rare, guys. Platinum Secret Rares here. This card used to be what? Says 32s. Says went down to 30. So really, chart hasn't really changed. And actually, again, 12 listings. You have one at the mid-30s. Then it quickly goes to 40s and beyond. 2 pages only for the Platinum Secret Rare. Again, the next best thing from the quarter century that does not come in this set. So this is the highest rarity, technical highest rarity that comes inside this product of Wallows that you can get. Makes sense that is more expensive than than the secret rare or the lower rarities. So again, if you're into the Platinum Secret Rare, sure, could this go down to 25s? It is possible, especially once the supply comes in. But again, this is the staple of staples inside the set. People need play sets. So again, just like it's mid-30s or 40s today, you could wake up in this Platinum Secret Rare is $50 and beyond, and no one's going to be surprised. So again, this is early in the game, the first couple of innings. We're just skimming through these cards, just checking their prices, talking about a little bit, checking volume, just, having a feel, a pulse of the markets. But again, it's still too early to make predictions. Jay, but is it going to go down to 20s, or should I wait, or should I do this? It's early. Literally, we need more time. Usually you need a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks under the belt. Once people start focusing on Alliance Insight, that's when we truly come back and be like, okay, let's assess prices. Because everyone's focusing on the next core set, the next format, the new cards, getting those for their new decks, or to add to their own, whatever deck they're playing right now. That's when we come in, when the attention shifts towards a new product or a new piece of cardboard, guys. We're going to come back and revisit these. In the meantime, PCR, more expensive than the Platinum Secret. I'm like, what? I'm like, these were 25s. and bumping up to 35s, where we're at 45 bones, 11 listings only. Quickly goes to 50s and beyond, 60s at the bottom of the page, 2 pages only. So I was like, what's going on? There's been like a rush for PCRs lately. I don't know if the community's really liking the rarity, but I've noticed, you know, same with CR for Perulia that came in Maze of the Master. I guess people want this one to match, because yeah, this is PCR, has the little dot prismatic, but still looks like a CR as well. So you know, some people might want matching rarities with Fuwalos and Perulia with the CR rarity, so that could be a thing. You know, again, as we can see, this is the most expensive Fuwalos in the set right now at the time of recording today here. This is the most expensive Fuwalos, and it's crazy. PCR, so you want this, you know, you're gonna have to pay a premium, guys. This card is approaching 50 bones. Insanity. We'll continue to monitor this one and continue to see how it pans out. Then you have the PUR. PUR, if I would want a Fuwalos, PUR would be it. So this card is at around 30s. That's insane that this card was 10 bucks. Yo, that's wild. Staples, they're different, man. Staples are different. This card is up 3x already. 12 listings. Insanity, guys. Insanity. So again, hey, if you came in, you took the risk, you came in early and you got it, good for you. You know, it was a staple. That's understandable. They're the exception to the set. That's fine. So again, when we say avoid cards, we're starting with staples, and literally, you know, I said avoid cards, and you don't want to be avoiding the staples in a way. So we're just covering the staples to cover Stampede and give you guys the information. But you want to avoid 90 to 95% of the other cards that will probably go down, you know. So we'll continue to discuss that as we go. But the PUR around 30, after seeing it at 10s, that's rough. We have ultras at around 22s, guys. This is supposed to be the cheapest rarity and the cheapest version of this card in the set. And look, card was 16, 17, says is bumping up to 20s, and we're at 22s. So again, pretty soon we'll be at 25s, the mid 20s, and probably stabilize there. And it's just the rush, the initial rush, guys. Usually I'm not interested in the initial rush. It's expected. It's expected. We've been talking about it, you know, for the last couple of days now. This is the current expectation. I'm interested week 3, week 4, you know, month 1, month 1.5. You know, just to come back and revisit. And with these staples, they might be at higher prices. They're staples, man. People need playsets, we understand. But, you know, I like to let the supply sink in. Let the supply sink in. You know, and I'll give you a tad bit of a spoiler. Maybe I pulled multiples, maybe just one. But I pulled this card, you know, in my box, for example. Literally this exact version. Maybe it was more than one. Stay tuned for that. The whole point, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of these. You know, because I'm not that competitive. I'll just play a budget version of Odeon and chill, man. Chill in Macmillan for locals, live with the results. That's fine. Again, so I'm going to be moving these. I'm going to supply the markets. If there's more J's out there pulling this, they're going to be like, me, when I pull cards, I want the money I put into my box back. Damn, I had a fire box, though, so that'll be easy to do this time around. About time. But guys, the whole point is 22s. That's not bad. If you need it, you're like, Jay, I need exposure. I don't care if they go down to 15s, you know, or below. I just need it right now. That's fine. Especially if you can get a deal, maybe at 20s at locals, you know, maybe 50 piece for a playset. That wouldn't be bad at all. And then we have super rares right here as well. Right here, this card was what? Yeah, 16, 17, same deal. Says 21s, quickly goes to mid 20s, guys, and then 30. So again, if it's your staples, you want to make sure you get exposure if you need to. You know, and then as an investment, that's when I would wait. I would wait just in case, you know, but at least you get your play set, because you never know with these markets. So, you know, we'll continue to monitor these. It's very early in the game, and we'll keep you posted. So again, we have Dragon Master Magia. This card, Platinum Secret Rare, as we can see here. The demand is bonkers. The card was 150s at one point, thanks to Billy Bob, crashing down to 58s, 18 listings only, and now you have a rush. Card is 60 bucks. I expect this card to be triple digits, honestly. You know, because I didn't know. I thought we were going to have supers and ultras. The way that they, you know, managed this card in, shoot, what was I going to say? Yeah, in this product. And in Quarter Century Stampede with only 3 prints, this is going to be triple digits. Especially the Platinum Secret is going to be triple digits, guys. As we can see, people rushing in and getting this card. Literally. This card was a band, man. Impossible to get. Now it's at that price point, 60 bones on the triple digits. This is going to go up to 75s in the short term. probably go to 100 and beyond, just off just demand, pushing this card's price up. So again, if you need exposure, I understand. Maybe 50 piece would be nice. Maybe see it go down to 50s, but we'll continue to monitor this one because this one is very early. But yeah, yo, can't believe this card comes in here. That's crazy. Then we have the PCR. Still no picture probably. So again, this one's around $50. If you need the specific version, not bad at 50s. Again, because card was 100, slashed down 50% for these scarce cards with insane demand. 40 to 50s would be like that floor price that I would be looking at. Because these are scarce, probably short printed, hard to get. So with that understanding, if you get exposure, I could definitely understand. And then we have the PUR, at around 40, 44s. Wow, look at this card. Ooh, I need this card, man. I need this specific version. I need it, man. Card was 85s, going down to 44s, low 40s. I can see this one hitting the 30s, maybe mid to high 30s. So again, we're going to continue to see how this one pans out. But what a card. Man, card looks great, man. I need this. I'm not a collector, but this card, I need to collect it just to have it. I need to own one just because I'm addicted to the brown, guys. Then we have engraver. So again, we move on to the next staple. So we went, MAGA is not a staple per se. It's a staple in the sense of the demand. Like everyone wants it, even me. So it's not a competitive staple, but a collector staple in this case. But here we go back. We started with Fuwalos. Now we go into engraver, and we need to monitor this card because people forget. Like a couple of months ago, this card was 100. It rebounded from 50 back up to 100. And now crashing down, obviously, thanks to the reprints. But what do you think people getting their tracks and their lacrimas and all that are for? It's to play this card. So again, this is a staple. Fiend Smith engraver right now is the card of cards. Let's start with the Platinum Secret Rare. Again, this card right here is what? 11 bones. And as you can, there's no data here. Is that early? You see, it's just so early in the game. Like I was going to use this data to see what was like the lowest sold. But again, here, card is $11. Quickly goes to 13s and beyond. So again, if you want this specific rarity, then you have to make those considerations. And again, because the initial rush might push the prices up to a point that even if we have a retracement back down to the mean, it's still at a higher price. So again, Platinum Secret Rare at 10 or 11's not bad for the longer term. Make those considerations. PCRs right here, $9. As you can see, let's see, that's what, $8.31 with shipping, so single digits. Again, I think these 18 listings only, I think these age well, but we'll see. Right now, there's that initial rush coming into the markets. And again, the PCR rarity, a lot of people want matching rarities with the Perulias and the higher end, with Walos and things of that nature. So not bad at single digits. Definitely make those considerations. A PUR at around 6s, I won't lie. I want a play set of this card. Hopefully I can see it go down to 5s. Just a play set, just to get exposure to the card. So then when they reprint, Tracked and Lacrima and all that, maybe in Battles of Legend or later this year in the 10s, I already have the version of the copies, of the card that I want. But $6, not bad. Hopefully we can see 5s. But not bad at all. This is the cheaper. Usually PURs are the cheapest of the prismatics that come inside these rarity collections. So at 6 boings, what's that, Jay? Not bad at all. And then we have the Secret Rare. That's crazy that the Secret Rare is essentially the same price as the PUR. Card was what? 13 bones, going down 50%. Not bad. Clean Secret Rare, not bad at all. 26 listings, excuse me, guys. You do see the walls of China between 6 to 7s. People just listing these. So yeah, I still think this one could go down again. Touch 5 bones. We'll continue to monitor this one, but these staples, they don't play. They hit different. You guys already know. And then we have the cheaper versions with ultras at around $1 and some change. You do see the walls of China here, but it quickly goes up to 2 bones. Again, these are just, they're staples for a reason, guys. I don't know what else to say. And you have the super rares as well. It's nice to see these super rares hit shekels eventually. These could hit 2 bones. Just a clean super rare. Honestly, like lately, I don't know if you guys as well, like I've taken more of the lower rarities, like between ultra and super, like more of an appreciation of supers. I don't know, like they just look cleaner. The ultras, they don't look as clean as like back in the day. So, so again, nice to see these prices down here. At shekels at around $1 for a card that used to be 100 plus. Yes, it's the lower rarity, but if you need access to the card, not bad. Because if the card goes up from 83 cents to $2, that's a 2.5x around there. You don't want to be paying that premium. You come in and get access now. Make sure you guys don't miss out. Then we move on to Superstar Slayers Typhon Sky Crisis. Again, another one of the staples. And again, we're going to get to the cards that you should be avoiding soon. You know, we're going to be covering essentially some of the cards and giving my opinion. Just wanted to start off with the staples because these are hot. These are the cards that everyone wants and that people want to know my opinion on. So we're starting on these and then moving forward. So again, just wanted to highlight that. So let's cover Sky Crisis. We have the Platinum Secret here at around 8 bones. Same deal. We expect these eventually to hit double digits. These were 12s, crashing down to 7, 8s right here, 18 listings. So again, there's people out there that they're like, Jay, I want my extra deck to be, most people quarter centuries, some people Platinum Secret. So again, you know, the demand eventually will come in, and this is a staple. So don't let the staple, you know, reach double digits again. Sure, could it come back down to 750s maybe? Maybe even become a $5 card? Anything is possible, especially in the next couple of weeks. But when I'm talking about a card like this, I'm saying if you need your one of, that's fine. You come in, pay 8 bones, you live with the results. Why? Because just as easily it could become a $15 card, or if it crashes down to 5, then you can invest into the card and you play from a position of strength. I need you guys to listen to me because people blur all this. They're, oh, Jay, you know, you told me to buy and then the card is $4 and I should have waited, and you always say patience wins this game, but then you're telling me to buy the staple. Again, we're talking about if you needed to play. One, we're not saying buy 10, we're not saying buy 25. We're saying if you need one of these to play and this is the rarity you want and you see it as single digits, you can make an informed decision and be like, you know what, 8 bones plus 10. Let me get my one of less than $10. I got exposure. And then from that point on, if it goes up, you have your copy, you don't need to worry about it. If it goes down, then you can buy more and actually invest into the card. And that's what we call, again, a position of strength. We're always educating the masses here, guys. You can't make this stuff up. Then we move on to this is what? PCRs. Look, 5 bones, not bad. Again, as we notice the trend, a lot of people are coming for these PCRs to match their rarities with other CRs that they previously owned. A lot of people are finding an appreciation for this rarity. So again, card was what? 1250s and now it's $5. Same deal. You need your one of, you throw 5 bones at it. And again, $5 is not bad for the long term. I really like this card. This is like a card that I'm going to be focusing on a lot from the set. Out of all the staples, I'm going to really be focusing on Sky Crises because we don't know when we're getting the additional prints. This card was a $30 card the other day. That demand is still out there. Sure, you get the initial rush, people with the supply come in, you know, and we have the market dynamics that we're watching. Okay, supply versus demand, and you know, okay, it's going down. We're trying to find a floor price, maybe on the monthly. You know, we can see card was 3s, now it's 5. So again, if you need your one of, you got your one of. 19 listings. These should age well, honestly. Again, these cards you see here today at 3 5s, I could see this card at double digits, easy. If I wake up one day and I see this card at 10, 11, 12s, I'm not going to be surprised. Eventually, a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, I will not be surprised because the card is that good. People need it that much. Yeah, so 5 bones for a PCR. Sure, it was 3s. Those are the lows, current lows. You know, maybe you can wait maybe for a double bottom potentially. But again, your one-ofs, you want to lock those in. You guys already know. We have PURs. Love to see this card at 2 bones. Love it, man. I came in last night and got me 2 of these at around $1.96, was it? I should be around there. Yeah, it was like $1.90. Yeah, right here. This was me. Just 2 of these. Just got 2. Because I'm like less than $2. I saw that it quickly, you know, goes back up to 3s and then eventually 4s, 60 listings. So this is the version that I want of the card to play. So I'm like, I see 2, you know, to try and get to $5 to avoid shipping. Let me get these 2 and a couple of other pieces of cardboard from the same seller. Put in $5 and I'm happy. One of these is going to be $5 in the future. That means my other copy is going to be free, and any other cards that I may place on that order. The game is that easy, guys. So PURs, even at 3s, you could come in here, place that for 10s in the big picture. Not bad at all. Look, this is a card that I feel like people are taking for granted. And there's some exceptions. There's some exceptions that you can come in and just get exposure. Start dollar cost averaging. Start buying these for the long term, and these will age well. You know, again, I bought in at $1.96. If I see it at $1.50 or even $1, which, you know, is kind of a stretch, $1 or even shekels, my humble opinion for this staple. But let's say it happens. Okay, I'll buy more. then my average price goes down. You can't make this stuff up. Again, with these staples, definitely make those considerations. Then we have the secret rares. Secret rares right here. Card was 8s, crashed down to $1.10. I got mine at $1.25. 27 listings. That's insane, yo. That I bought 25 of these. I just thought it was too cheap. Look, 4 bones is where you have the walls of China. And again, I expect the secret rare to be 5 bones pretty soon, because there's a lot of people, this is their favorite rarity. This is a favorite rarity across the board. So again, you can see the demand coming. I expect this to be double digits one day. So I can't wait for my 10x play on these cards. But again, it's still early innings. You know, this card is you're gonna have the walls of China. It's gonna consolidate here between 3 to 5 bones. So yeah, I mean, it's hard when we saw it at $1 and some change, you know, to see it now at 4s and say buy, you know. But if you need one of and you want this rarity, you do what you must. Yeah, again, staples. I think these age well, in my humble opinion. Then you have the ultras at $1.50. You know, these cards were shekels and now they're pushing $1.50, and then you wake up and they're 2 to 3s. You can see that rush, that demand. People need these staples. When you see the ultras, you know, even at $1.50, which I still think, again, look at the super, same deal at $1.50. These are cheap, man, cheap. These could be up 3x. Literally, these cards could be up 3x. If you wake up and the secrets are 10s, PCRs and PURs are 15s, and the supers and ultras are 5s, no one's gonna be surprised. We're gonna be like, yeah, this guy crisis. It makes sense. So what do? You get exposure. You monitor these cards. You look at the charts. You know, you come in, make an informed decision. It is the early game. You know, you're going to continue to see the walls of China. But with these staples, you do as you must. And then we move on to Ash, the last staple that we're going to cover here today. Again, we covered these secret rares at cheaper prices. Telling you guys, if you need exposure, that was the perfect rarity. But in the case of Ash, out of all the cards that we were talking about today, is the only one in my, you know, that with my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, that has the quarter century secret rare alternate art inside of this product of Stampede. So let's get to it. We have Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring alternate art quarter century secret rare. This card used to be 75s around there, says 88s, and right now we're at 90s, guys. 21 listings. This card is going to be triple digits before you know it. 3 pages only. I mean, I don't know who's buying. You know, it's like, yo, really? You know, yo, feed Ash? Shh. I mean, people see it as just Ash. Just being able to get a quarter century secret rare matching rarity at a cheaper price. So I get it. But, you know, it is what it is. This card, we expect to hit triple digits. Again, this is the high end. This is low liquidity in a sense. Usually. Right now it's high because you get the initial rush. But eventually, once most of the rich Yu-Gi-Oh players have this card out there, liquidity or volume in this case is expected to go down. So we'll continue to monitor this card, but we expect double digits for these. The high-end game, the heavy stonking is a little bit different. You know, again, the dynamics and how it works. But we'll continue to monitor this card. We expect triple digits for this one because, you know, the factors that we mentioned. Then we move on to the Platinum Secret Rare. Guys, we have here, this one's 15. You know, and yeah, maybe does it go down to 10? Sure, it's definitely possible in the next couple of weeks, but right now early, I believe it maintains these elevated prices. 11 listings here. So again, excuse me guys, these are hard to get, scarce, and it's Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Sometimes we focus on like the rarity. Oh, feed Ash alternate art. Some people, they see it for what it is. They get access to the card. It has the same effect, you know, and a lot of people wanted Ash in this Platinum Secret Rare, like not in the Rarity Collection 1 Platinum Secret Rarity, but in this, you know, the newer Platinum Secrets. So that's why you see that initial rush. It makes sense that this card has maintained these elevated prices, but we'll continue to monitor this one as the supply comes in. Then we have the PCR, again, at around 12s. Card was 750s. Wow. You know, getting elevated to 12 bones in price right there, 11 listings. So you can see early in the game, and this is the trend that we're noticing, you know, supply is low compared to the demand. So there's just a rush. And that's why we always talk about the initial rush, or you don't act surprised. Jay, but it was 750s. Why is it 12s? It's going up, and I feel FOMO, and I need it, and I'm going to get it right now. And I'm not saying that you're making necessarily the wrong decision. Who knows? Maybe this card goes up and it never looks back. Anything is possible. But I personally like, again, and especially as an investment, because for playability is a bit different in the sense, you know, if you're going to an event soon, you need this, you need that, you need the card. We understand. But as an investor where you're like, yo, I'd like to get some PCRs, just a play set to get some exposure, maybe buy it at 10, sell it at 20s one day, that's definitely a possibility. But again, patience. It's early in the game. You know, you got literally the check mark recovery. And what we want to see eventually is curvature. After the supply keeps coming in, people continue to crack packs open and list these. And then, you know, we'll continue to assess these down the road. Then you have the PUR. Nice to see the PUR. If I would want this card, this is the version that I'd want. But honestly, I'm, you know, OG PURs are perfectly fine with me. But this is not bad at around 6-7 bones. You know, I think this one could become double digits in the future. So 25 listings and not bad. This one could do what the PCR did. That it was around 750s and now it's 12s. This one could do the same in the future. But still, I think this one could hit 5s first. So we'll continue to monitor this one. As we can see, card was 6, went down okay to 550s and now rebounding. So we'll continue to monitor this chart and the volatility as we go. And then we have the secrets, guys. The secrets was the one that we were talking about, you know, through the weekend, telling you guys if you need exposure, this is the rarities, the rarity that I would be focusing on. It was people buying it between $8 to $10, went down all the way into the 2s when we last covered it. And now 51 listings at $350, quickly goes to 4s and then eventually 5s. So again, there's a rush. People just wanting a clean secret rare ash this cheap. They're gonna come in. They don't care about the rarity. I'm sorry, the art on it being an alternate art. They're getting exposure. So again, if you can get these at around 10s for a playset, not bad for the long term. I believe these reach at least 5, 6, 7s down the road. So again, it's a staple, man. It's Ash Blossom, enjoy your spring. And lastly, the ultras and supers when it comes to, you know, getting exposure to the card at around what is this, $1 and some change, pretty much 2 bones plus, guys. So again, it's Ash. It's crazy. You know, that Ash comes out and it doesn't matter how many times it gets reprinted or in different rarities, in this case alternate art, you see it bump back up to 5s eventually. Once they all drop, you know, dry up in price, they go up to what price? Listen, PCRs, PURs, PSRs, QCSRs. Ash always goes to Stampede in 5. Guys, man, Shannon Sharp, that's my guy, man. Oh, man. So, yeah, guys, hey, 5 bones. The card always finds a way to reach that $5 mark. So, again, you see this at $1 and some change, couple billies, you get exposure. In the future, there's going to be 4 or 5 bones. Easy peasy. You're going to be up 3x in the long term because there's an endless endless demand of ashes. People always need this card. You're building a second deck, a third deck. Yo, man, I wish I had some ashes. Damn, they're $150. Let me come in and get me 3s for X deck, or Y deck, or this, or that, and the third. Keep that in mind. These staples are staples for a reason. And most of these, like hand traps, played at 3. People need multiples, guys. 2 plus 2 does equal 4. Guys, link in the description down below. Make sure you treat yourself with a Billy Bob if you're interested in our sessions or joining the team. Make sure you check these out. Don't miss out. And Discord, guys. Discord is hot right now. Over 1,000 people in there. It's for a reason. Stop to think about that. 1,000 people in there, they clicked in to join. It's for a reason. Discord is booming. We always do giveaways. Don't miss out. And then $15 off for whatnot. Make sure you take advantage of that as well. And again, guys, none of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, look at that. Who else gives away cards like these? Shout out to Jules, new member of the channel. Guy's been around for like 2 years. That's my guy, man. Playset of Purges, playset of Blue Eyes from the Tins. And shout out to Scott with the Starlight Blue Eyes Jet Dragon right here. 3 lucky winners. Guys, we're growing fast. We're going to hit 8.5K probably by the end of this week. You know, so you want to give exposure. You know, on the live stream, actually, I'm going to host this giveaway. You know, we're close enough, essentially. So on Thursday, you want to tune in. We're going to select 3 winners, and the winners won't know which of these they will be receiving. It'll be random, guys. So you want to make sure that you get exposure. Get exposure to winning this. We will be selecting 3 winners in this week's live stream. You don't want to miss out. Thursday at around 9-10 p.m. Eastern time. You want to make sure you have that notification bell on. You want to make sure you're subscribed to give yourself a shot to participate in our giveaway, guys. So again, stay tuned because the game is that easy. We always love to give back on the channel. Subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way in. I gladly appreciate it. I'm super stoked, excited that we continue to grow and that these videos just continue to be hot, man. Wow. Look at that. 3K bombs, 4K bombs left and right. You guys are amazing, man. I'm just forever thankful. And look, usually with the rush and covering the cards, by the way, none of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. Like sometimes you lose sight in a way, like maybe showing these more often and stuff. But this community is amazing, man. It is amazing. It's amazing. Look, I appreciate everything you do. Just little comments like these, man. Positive energy, positive vibes. That someone takes of their time in the day just to write these words. Like amazing humans, amazing peoples out there, guys. It's awesome, man. Shout out to the members of the channel, man. Hey, Stampede in 5. You guys already know, man. Again, just want to shout out to the community. Just great people, members of the channel right there. And what else? Just amazing. That's true. This comment is true, man. That's what we're doing. We're changing the game, man. We're taking what we know about, stocks or crypto, that mindset, and being, successful investors. Or maybe you don't invest, but you want to buy cards for cheaper. That's why we got you here. Look at that. Crystal ball, always right. Sorry, Dark Dia. That's my guy. Man, crystal ball, man. Hey, you guys already know, but shout out, man, to all you guys. Shout out to Cisco. Shout out to everyone here, man. Feeding that addiction. Is booty shape recovery good or bad? You guys are too much, man. Shout out to the members, man. Shout out to Deli, everyone, man. Much love to this community, man. Just wanted to take a moment to highlight that. Guys, we move on to the quarter century secret rares. Again, this is very delicate because people might misinterpret. Jay, you said these were Crash and Diabell Star Black Witch is up 2x, for example. But we saw this with Bonanza. And when you're in the moment, people don't look at the past. People don't reflect on Bonanza. And that initial rush that we had for all those quarter centuries, guys, I remember like it was yesterday. Cars getting bought out left and right. Extreme buyouts going on and madness in the markets and elevated prices and FOMO. And oh my God, Jay, I missed it and I should have been early and I should have been there. And then about 2 to 3 months later, because it's hard to think about 2 to 3 months from now, right now. It's hard. Like right now, we have the cardboard right in front of us. We don't want to think about no 2 to 3 months from now. Let's be honest, for the most emotionally, right? And emotion is the number one money destroyer, guys. Again, you don't want your money to evaporate and get destroyed. In the sense, some people might be like, you know what, Jay, if I pay $100 for this card, it's my money, man. Like, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm getting the cardboard. Care less about price. I have the money. I want it. I want the card, and I got it. Just as an example. But what if this $100 card, not to say that it's going to, but, with these examples, alternate art and some of these staples, no. But just let's say it goes down 50%. Let's say this $100 card becomes 50. Excuse me, guys. You could have had 2 copies. If you already wanted one at 95s and hundies, if you could have gotten the second one at that, for the same amount of money, wouldn't you? So again, that's like the mindset with some of these. You're going to get the initial rush. Most of these are going to get bought out. They're going to be scarce. And then month 2, month 3. It's hard. No one's saying this right now. We go against the grain, against the herd. It's hard. It's hard to be that one guy walking left and everyone's walking right or vice versa. It's hard. It's hard, man. It is. Because most people are FOMOing in. The emotions come in and get the best of them. And again, I'm not saying there's not exceptions, especially with staples. I'm not naive. I'm not saying like, every single card in this set is going to crash in 2 months. That's not the point. We're talking about most of these cards, even these high rarities, even the scarce cards, they all crashed in Bonanza. All of them. 2 months, 3 months in, getting destroyed in price, going down 50, 60, 70% in price. But no one talked about the crash, right? Everyone was just talking at the beginning, the rush, oh my God, the buyouts. But when cards are crashing, no one's talking. No one. No noise. The noise is when the buyouts are happening. But when cards are crashing, just a silence in the markets. People get disinterested. People get sad. They're like, man, I bought this at 100. Now it's at 75. Now it's at 60s and 50s. And again, that's what we're talking about, avoiding the sense of the initial rush. If I would want any of these cards, I might end up buying at higher prices. But the one shot I'm going to give myself is waiting 2 to 3 weeks. At the very minimum, 3 weeks. Very minimum. But really, 2 to 3 months. But that's just me. I get it. most people are emotional and I need it now and this. I love this alternate art, and I'm not saying there's no right or wrong way in the sense of a perfect way. I'm just giving you guys my opinion of based on historical precedents. We have Bonanza, guys. We have a full set. We have Bonanza. We were able to see and learn and watch for the past 6 months or however many months Bonanza's been out, 4 or 5 months, 6, you know. Same thing happened. Same thing is going to happen for this. You're going to get the initial rush. And at the time, week 1, week 2, it's going to feel impossible for some of these cards to go down in price. But we'll be here. Don't worry. We'll be here to cover these cards. So again, some of these are beautiful, though. Some of these are beautiful. I will not lie, you know, in the sense of getting these quarter century secret rares that you want. But again, for the high end, I'd be a little bit more patient just to see if these continue to crash down. And someone was saying that it's a blessing that there's no quarter century that's $100 or more, you know, and of course that's going to change in the future. But again, we expect a big crash for these cards, just not right now. Not right now, but eventually that's what we expect. So let's start with that Bellstar, the Black Witch. New art, alternate art, guys, as we can see here. This card used to be 124s, went down to 80s, and now rebounding to 100s. You know, rebounding to 100s. You see these walls right here. Again, a lot of people want this card, and you see that initial volume. You can see it. Just we've seen so many charts, man. Time and time again, man. Time and time again. And at the very early innings, of course, you're gonna get this volume rush. Like, it just makes sense. Card just came out, people want it. But what happens when this volume starts going down? When less and less people, want this card because they already have, most people that wanted to have it, and there's still people pulling this card. Literally. Me, if I pull this card, I'm gonna sell it. Care less about this card. Then there's Jays out there coming in, you know, selling this card, put the supply. Then that's when you see the sell pressure come in. So again, just keep that in mind. You know, these alternate arts, people love them. They look fire. I will not lie. But again, just something to keep in mind. At least I would give myself, some time, especially. Let's say Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Blue eyes, people prefer quarter centuries, matching rarities. This is a perfect example. Let's say you have Sage with the Eyes of Blue, and you saw this card come out at 50 bones. 50 bones. It came out. You're on the sidelines. You're just waiting. You know, went down into the 30s. That's wild, though. I didn't know it went down as low. But then check mark recover. Says 65s, but we're at 85s. I personally can't buy a card like this after knowing that it was 37. Excuse me. At least not right now. I just can't FOMO in. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I'll wait. I'll say to myself, patience wins this game. I'll wait. Wait, maybe down to 75s, maybe down to 60s, maybe down even to 50s again. It's hard. It's hard to have patience, and be like, damn, 6 listings? Damn, $85? Damn, it's going to be triple digits pretty soon? Yo, I'm going to miss out. That's called FOMO for a reason. And now that's how it looks. In the moment, of course, it looks like you're going to miss out. Initial rush. That makes sense. But again, once the supply comes in, a couple of weeks in, a month or 2 in, I just put that out there. I understand. That's not what people want to hear. You know what people want to hear? Jay, I need a play set of Sages. I play Blue Eyes. This is the matching rarity. I don't even care about OTs anymore. Let me get 3. Price ain't relevant. Price don't matter. Just don't let me come back a couple of weeks later or 2 to 3 months from now and highlight the fact that this card has crashed down in price, because we've seen it with Bonanza and we'll see it again with Stampede. We have Fiend Smith's Desiree. Again, this card was what, $14, spiking up to 30s? I mean, this is 8 listings only. It really has to do with a lot of Fiend Smith hype. Again, people that want their matching rarities, their quarter centuries. This initial rush has made the card go bonkers. And we'll continue to monitor this one. Yeah, could have hit 40s in the short term? Sure. Maybe even the mid 40s. Now a stretch into triple digits? That's too much, in my humble opinion. But again, this initial rush is crazy. I will not lie. Seeing all these cards go up in price is wild. We have Divine Arsenal, AA Zeus, Sky Thunder, new art, alternate art. Card was what? 120s. This is a perfect example. Because, of course, we've been showing Sages and a couple of these buyouts and stuff like that. That's true. Right now they're in the midst of their buyouts. It's hard FOMOing in. I should have bought at 37s. I should have bought at 50s, of course. But then you have, Divine Arsenal, AA Zeus. And you had, 4 Billy Bobs here pay around 120s. and then 2 more at 111s. That's 6 total, and then we had 31 people come in at 58, 60s. That's more reasonable. Down 50%. That's more reasonable. And now you're starting to see people coming in at around 50 bones. 35 listings. So again, could this card go down to 40? Sure. You need your 1-of to play at around 50s? Can't blame you. Alternate art looks nice. Can't blame you now. But you didn't want to be someone buying at 120s, and 110s at triple digits. And now you got to watch this card be down 50% in just a couple of days. This is what we're talking about. When we say avoid these cards, you're going to have the exceptions, the sages, maybe an alternate art here or there. But most of these are going to crash down by 50%. And this is early in the game. Sure. Can these cards get bought back up? Like, the Diabell Star and the Ash. And sure, you can wake up and see this at 60s, 75s, of course. But again, you can also see this card at 40s or in the high 30s as well. So again, that's the risk. Me, I give it time. That's all I do. Just give it time. And usually, more times than not, patience wins this game. Let's cover another buyout. Mass change. Hero players, card was 30s, and now it's 60s. Up 2x, 4 listings only, 1 page. And yo, I love these markets, man. Of course, if you're a hero player, you don't love this price, but I'm just talking about in general. I love covering these markets, man. I love the volatility and the unknown, because right now, went up from 30s to 60s, wild, 2x. But again, I can see the $60 card retrace back down to 40s. And again, Jay, yeah, but if I would have bought at 30s, then that was the lowest of lows and, and this and that. And hey, it's hard to measure bottoms and tops. That's not what we're here for. We're here for, the meat inside a hamburger, the middle. You know what I mean? The middle moves. You can't get the top bun or the low bun. You just, hey, we're here for the meat. Because you guys are addicted to the brown, yo. Addicted to the brown, guys. Yeah. Oh, man, yo. Yeah, so again, cleaned out. I ain't buying this card. Literally, I come in and I see, I'm a hero player, Jay, and I need max change, and I want max rarity, and I want matching rarity. I'm not buying at no cities. I'm not. I let this initial rush come in, do its thing, and then let things pan out. Let the chart mature, marinate like fine wine. That'd be my mindset, with these cards, especially if you miss, these moves. It is what it is. We have Max C, quarter century secret rare. Card was what? 86 bones. Says it went down to 74s, and we're at $75. 19 listings only. You have a couple of 1-ofs, and then there's 80 bones. So again, we'll continue to monitor this one. Max C is a card that a lot of people want in this specific rarity. So again, people need it for older formats, the nostalgia around this card. So we'll continue to monitor this one, but it's still too early in the game. Evil Hero Dusted Gold. This card was what? It says here was 13, 14s, going up to 18s, 20s. Why? Because there was people out there that they were willing to pay 30 to 35s for the secrets and the OG Ultras. What do you think they're going to do for, a quarter century secret rare matching rarity for their decks? Makes sense that you get that initial rebound from 14 to 20s, so we'll continue to monitor this one. I still expect this card to retrace back down to the mean, possibly back down to 15s. But again, it's early. We'll continue to double check these down the line. Now we'll move into platinum secrets. Again, we were talking about quarter centuries. Now we'll move, and again, there's a million quarter centuries, a million cards making a million moves. We can't cover all of them, but we wanted to cover, the best selling, the cards that are hot right now, just so you guys can stay informed of a couple of buyouts and, or like Zeus, a card crashing down and things of that nature. But we have platinum secret rares. Again, pictures are starting to come in. I'm a visual guy. Can't wait for these pictures all to come in. But yeah, we're going to talk about some of these platinum secret rares and just touch base on these. So again, Sage with the Eyes of Blue, this platinum secret rare card was what? Yo, it said it was 2 bones there? Wow, no way. That is wild. 12 listings only. Card was 2s, is now up 5x to 10s. You do see the walls of China here. And what Sage is doing is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, man. And literally it feels like even though these reprints come, like they're short printed. There's just not enough for the demand. It's just not as readily available as it should be. And it's insane. It's insane, guys. So again, this card was 2s, then 5s, now 10s. Yeah, still, I think this card should go back down to $5. It's not what I think. We'll see if the markets agrees with that or not. But again, me looking at this card at 10s after seeing it was 2s, I'd wait for 5s. Hopefully a retracement back down to the mean. and go from there. It's hard to cover these markets day one, week one, because there's so much volatility and going on with the initial rush, the initial demand. So it's kind of difficult. I really don't like covering sets, either pre-sales or early in the game, because if you make certain predictions or this or that, things can change so fast, either towards the upside or towards the downside. So that disclaimer, just make sure you keep this in mind. We just monitor the markets. We're checking out these cards, taking a look at these prices, just to somewhat keep you guys informed of the current moves. But hey, FOMO, man, when it hits, it hits. We have Max C. I personally need this card. I do not own this card yet. Card was what? 7 bones, pushing up to 9s. 23 listings. You have a wallet China at 9s. Yeah, this could easily hit double digits. I need 3 of these. My goal is to get 3 for 25s at least, or maybe even 3 for 20s. But excuse me, it's still too early in the game. I'm letting the supply sink in for this one. And we'll see. Sure, could it go to 10s, 11s? So of course. But I'm just waiting, after the initial rush to see that volume die down and see if we get a curvature and price dies down. Then we have Dimensional Prison, guys. This is one that a lot of people need. A lot of Edison players are hyped around this card, especially with this Platinum Secret Rare, which is the budget version. But again, card was what? 6 bones, says it went down to 450s. Right now is essentially there's one here, but it quickly goes to 6s, guys. So again, 21 listings, 3 pages only, and people need play sets of this, man. So honestly, this is unfortunate in the sense in the early game, because even me, I need 3 of these, so I'm like, yo, I want one, but hopefully I need to see these at like Sakuretsu armor prices, at like the other Platinum Secrets from the previous, from Bonanza, $150, 2 bones, but damn, 1 here and then it's 6. Like, where's the multiples, man? Multiples at 7s? That's wild, man. But again, we'll continue to monitor this and let it sink in. Hopefully it goes down to 250s. Max that I want to pay is 10 for a play set. So we'll continue to monitor this one. But this is one that I want to accumulate. Literally. Hopefully we get it cheaper so I can get exposure to this and accumulate this one, because people will always need this card. It just got reprinted in the rarity collection. So I think this is a great investment for the long term, but we need to wait for supply to come in and lower this card's price. We'll continue to monitor that one. We have Trap Dust Shoot, Platinum Secret Rare. This card was what? 10 bones, spiking up to 1350s, 28 listings, and it's just the demand, yo. Like, how is this $15, man? Like, that's wild. Look, let's go to Bonanza here real quick. Bonanza. Look at that. Let's just check. Look at this, guys. You go to Platinum Secrets here, just real quickly, Platinum Secrets, and you go to high to low. Look, guys. There's 2 Platinum Secrets in the teens, and then essentially every other Platinum Secret is single digits. Every other and then you don't really see like, Heavy Storm is the only like nostalgia Addison card that is like 8 bones, but everything else is like cheaper. You know what I mean? Like way cheaper. So it's crazy. How Bonanza, hey, what is this card doing? Hey, that's not bad. Cards crashing down. That is not bad. To pick these up. Anything under 5s is a steal. But guys, the whole point is, Dust Shoot, this is too expensive, man. Like, come on now. We need to see single digits for this. $5? Damn, at least. 3 bones? A play set for 10s? Come on now. Damn. Sheesh. Yo, what's going on with this? 28 listings. Again, is early. I need this card. So, yo, we need a retracement back down to the main Konami. Can you reprint more Stampede? We have Metamorphosis, guys. This is another one that I want to play set of. Still 6s. Where's the 3s, man? Card was 10s, crashing down to 6s, down 40% already. 25 listings. And we need it to be down another 50% from here. We need this card to be 3 bones. $10 for a play set of Platinum Secrets, that seems just like right. But 20 bones for a play? Man, come on, man. Come on now. We boomers out here. Delinquent Duel, same deal, man. I'm glad I picked one up just in case, I guess. Jeez, because these defusions hitting $2. This is what this should be. $2 Delinquent Duels. But again, it's early in the game, guys. We're just, having fun with it. It's still very, very early. So, hopefully we get these down to 5s, and then, the 2 to 3s, maybe a play set for 3 of these. So that's the goal with this card. I picked up one just to put it in my deck, my gold deck, because I am playing around just in case you never know. But to invest into these, I want to give it a little bit more time. Royal Oppression, a card that was always double digits, 8s going down to 6s, and here we are. Quickly goes back up to 8s. 21 listings, guys. Insane just how scarce these cards are because of the initial rush. So many, there's hundreds and hundreds, thousands of Yu-Gi-Oh players, that play boomer formats, and they want these cards. And now they're more readily available, more readily accessible, and you see that initial rush just maintaining these elevated card prices, but we expect these to go down in price as we go. And then the best platinum secret rare, Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King, man. Finally, 2 lives. This is what we're talking about. We need Metamorphosis, Delinquent Duel. This is the price that we're talking about. My masterpiece, man. I got my masterpiece. Where is it, man? Your boy's getting ready, preparing True Draco. Already got my first. Ooh, man. Yeah. I mean, we on a budget. We start with these platinum secrets, and then, we work our way towards a quarter century just for this card. Usually I stay away from quarter centuries, but, as a token, collector's token in the sense that it did get a quarter century and we're not getting more QCSRs. I want the Euro QCSR. That's my goal with these, but they're 16s. Need to see single digi masterpieces, so we'll see. But I also want to just collect these, man. Just any platinum secret masterpiece I see, I'm going to pick it up. 66 listings. This is one of those cards that I want to have a lot of. It's masterpiece, man. The king is back to reclaim his throne. And I'm building my deck so I can scrub out at locals with your boy. Guys, we have some PCRs. PCRs making moves. We already covered a couple of the staples ones here today. Just wanted to mention, some of these PCRs making moves, making plays. That you guys need to keep in mind. But yeah, number 107s, that guy in the comments, are these short printed? I'm like, it looks like, guys. It looks like this card is short printed. Number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. I don't know why. I'm not sure why this card is short printed, but it seems like it. This is not normal. Not normal. So if you need your number 107s, do what you must. This is kind of elevated. I won't lie. For a PCR number 107, what's going on? But there's none in the market, so we start off crazy. We have Secret Password. Live Twins. A lot of people, the OGs have CRs. The OG, the one that didn't get printed, the links. So people are going to want PCRs. Makes sense. Card just came out with 7s, but let me refresh this, man. What's going on here? Where's the listings, man? Oh, we'll see. But let me see filters. Yeah, is everything okay? It's kind of weird to see just one listing from the same seller for back-to-back cards. Let's see. Let me double check another card here. Another PC. Okay, Metatron. Yeah, so these are kind of weird. Are these short printed as PCRs? You guys would know more than me. Then we have Metatroners. PCRs is one of the, hottest PCRs out there right now in the sense of, just volume. You have a couple here at 2s and some change. Then it quickly goes to 4s and then 5s. So again, these PCRs, a lot of people coming for these. So if you want these, you can get them at locals, pick them up on a deal. Don't take these for granted. Between 2 to 3s because it quickly goes to 5s. So do as you must. Then we have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. PCR. This is a nice one. The OG print, same deal. At 250s. You have the RO9s. So not bad between 2 to 3s. You're under 10s for a playset of this card of the OG PCR. Nice. So again, I think this is going to be $5 down the line. So if you can pick these up anywhere between 2 to 3s, I think these age well like fine wine. Then we have Terraforming PCR. Card was $4, almost 5s. And it's down 50% essentially at around 250s, but only 1s and 2s, man. Then it pushes 3s. The walls, mini walls, are pushing around 279s, almost $3. So again, you need this card. You can get it between 2 to 3s for most of these PCRs. I think they age well. With these best-selling PCRs, they'll probably be all 5s and beyond down the line. And Shaddoll Window. Again, a lot of people love Shaddoll cards. This one was 524s. It's $1 and some change. Quickly goes back up to 3s, guys. Almost close to 3. So again, initial rush. We'll continue to monitor this one. Just wanted to show you this card. And then we have PURs, guys. Again, PURs, one of the most underrated rarities inside you know, the rarity collection. A lot of people don't pay attention to this rarity. And again, you have the staples here. As we can see, the top 5 cards are, you know, the staples. After that, you have the same deal: Metatronus, Terraforming, Ghost Ogre. So let's cover a couple of these. Again, PUR Metatronus at around $1 and some change, not bad. Anything under 250s is good, at around 250s, as we can see, for this card that, again, was hyped for a super rare being $9. And again, now you have prismatics here, way cheaper, so that's nice to see for this PUR. Terraforming PUR, I personally need for a couple of these for my decks. Again, for True Draco and Odeon, so 27 listings. Yeah, RO9's at $150. Love to see this. You know, cheap. Sure, could these hit Billies? Maybe hits $1, but you know, at $150, especially if it's a play, I'm gonna be coming in and getting this one soon just to get exposure to the card. Transaction rollback. PUR is nice to see this card at Shackles, you know, and it quickly reclaims the $150 range, but it's nice. It's nice. This card needed a reprint. It already got the double dip and stand in the tins. So if they did it with rollback, why not with Chaos Angel and with, I'm not even gonna go down that road, guys. And we have here Guiding Quem the Virtuous. PUR, nice. Card was $2. Now it's $1 and some change. Quickly does go back up to $150. So not bad if you want your Quems and this is the rarity that you like. Not bad at $1 and some change. You know, these are the cards towards the latter part and the penny stonks that I would be, you know, focusing on. But, you know, the high end, $5 and above, $10 and above, you know, you want to give yourself a shot to let that supply sink in. You guys already know Cyber Dragon Infinity at 2 bones, 237 is not bad at all for a PUR. I personally want one of these just to have access to the card. You never know when, you know, you might need this card. So it is a broken card. Machines are getting support soon, so I would not be surprised if this PUR is 5 bones down the line. So, you know, at around 2s, not bad at all. And then we have lastly Secret Rares. Just wanted to touch base on this rarity here to end off, you know, the Market Watch. Again, that's what I love. Secret Rares, the most expensive one is for Wallows at 27s. And then is 5 to 6 bones with the Gravers. Love it, love it. So if you're on a budget, like we talked through the weekend, you're on a budget, this is the rarity you want to focus on. It's not that hard, guys. It's not, oh yeah, but my favorite rarities PCRs or PURs, and I love quarter centuries because they're beautiful. I said if you're on a budget. If you're on a budget, you want exposure to these cards at lower prices. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? Beautiful secret rares here. Beautiful. Cheap. At Shekels. A billy or two. Lovely. Staples are going to be more elevated in price. But other than that, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, to see some of these secret rares and the versions of these cards, man. So here we have Metatronus. What a beautiful secret rare. People were paying $9 for a super. And now you have a secret rare that was $4 crashing down to $150. And you have a couple here. And then it quickly is going to reclaim 3s and beyond. Again, but you do have some Walls of Chinas at 2s. Beautiful. Lovely. 29 listings. Beautiful secret rare. The card is still using the meta, you know, and I think this one ages well heading into that season. So again, excuse me, we'll continue to monitor this card. Maybe the walls go down to $150 or lower, but if you see these secret rares, you know, it's not just like, okay, I'm coming into the TCG player and I'm buying these cards. No, if you're at locals, if you're at regionals, if you're traveling, these are the cards you want to focus on, literally. Like, no one's going to be paying attention to this now. Oh, it's reprinted a bunch of different rarities and this and that and the third. Guys, Metatronus, man. People were running these left and right. Still good in the meta. You know, probably still good heading into that season. Don't forget about this one. This is a great penny stock. Black Metal Dragon, another one. Card that was 25s, 30s at one point for the supers, OTS supers. Now at around $1, you only have one here and then it quickly goes up to 2. So again, this is another one that if you see it go back down to $150, $125 for walls, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, you want to be honing these and stacking these away because I think, you know, secret rares like these age very, very well. We have 7th Ascension, another one. Yes, card is getting destroyed. Was 365s. Yo, and this is crashing down to what? I mean, these are all one-ofs though. Where's the walls, man? Where's the walls? Okay, down to $150. Okay, so it's down around, you know, 2.5x. So again, not bad at all. If you need this card, I'd be picking it up. You don't want to see the secret rare become 4 to 5s down the line, especially once Star Yugioh comes out and people need, you know, the whole engine. You don't want to take this for granted, man. Take advantage of these. Make sure you get exposure to this card. Not bad at all. Then we have Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. Again, some Labyrinth hype off YCS Houston. You know, Odeon might play this. Again, just a great card. to get $3. Now it's shekels here, of course. 73 cents right there, and then 74 cents. So again, not bad, not bad. You get exposure to this clean secret rare that is going to probably be worth a couple of billies down the line. So you definitely want to make sure that you get access to this card at shekels, man. Then we have Evo Hero Dusted Gold. It's nice. Secret rares were 35s, and now secret rares are 50 cents. Of course, you only have a couple here. Then it quickly goes up to let's say 75 cents. 3/4 a pop, guys. Beautiful to see, this card be this cheap. Hero players, now they got cheap dusted golds. Not bad. At shekels to get exposure if you need. So we have Salomon Great Raging Phoenix Secret Rare. Again, look at that. 58 cents right there, guys. Insane. You need this card is shekels. The literal definition of shekels right there, guys, for a card that was 50s and 60s at one point and now is down 100x. Just wow. That's what patience does, man. Literally. Patience wins this game. You can get this card at pennies on the dollar, essentially. 2/4 a pop. The game is that easy. We have Memento Talan. Bone Party. Secret rare. Card was what? 274s? And those Billy Bobs ain't living to fight another day because the card is shekels now. 68 listing. Clean secrets right here if you need it. Not bad at all. You do what you must. If you're building the deck off the YCS Houston top, not bad. It's just beautiful. 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 Beautiful time to be alive and in Yu-Gi-Oh! I always say that after each and every rarity collection reprint because just so much cardboard out there. Beautiful pieces of cardboard now. Imagine you're a Memento player. Now you have a rarity bump that costs like, what is this? 50 cents? It was what? No, it wasn't $50. Just a lot down. Yeah, I'm bad at math, guys. But yeah, instead of having $15 to $20 card for, shekels here, you get exposure to this card. The game is that easy. Then we have Cyber Dragon Infinity. We talked about the PUR. I believe these secret rares are nice, especially. Look, if you're over an hour in, you deserve these nuggets. We're getting Cyber Dragon support. We're getting machine support. You buy these now. Clean secret rares at shekels. No one's paying attention to these right now. As you can see, this card is what? 3/4 a pop? That's good. Shekels. This is going from shekels to billies. I think these age very, very well. So this is one that I would be picking up right here if you can sneak these into your cards. Then we have Terraforming. You already have, had secret rares from Legendary Collection, Kaiba, and then Battles of Legend, and now another secret rare. But again, these Terraforming usually age as well. These were $1, and now they're what? 50 cents. So down over 50%. Not bad. If you can squeeze these in, again, not bad to get exposure. Right now is the best time, honestly. It's like the best time to build a binder. Every time there's a new rarity collection, it's the best time to build a Yu-Gi-Oh binder with trade bait, just with staples and these amazing reprints that you do not want to miss out on. Let me just check this out in the art. Card looks beautiful. We just talked about it through the weekend. Beautiful to see so many pieces, different pieces of cardboard this cheap. Chamber Dragon Maid was always money, and now you come in today and it's $1/4. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Love the reprint season. Love the reprint cycles because we get fresh off the press cardboard for cheap. You can't make this stuff up. Man, if you made it over an hour in, you guys are just straight MVPs. I don't know what else to say, guys. I do not know what else to say. Make sure you tune in to this week's live stream. It's going to be hot, fresh off the press. We will be giving away, the 8.5K giveaway. So, yeah, man, make sure you subscribe. Ring that bell. Double check for your boy. And stay tuned for our giveaways. Share this in one place in a group chat or a group of friends. Really does go a long way, guys. I would gladly appreciate it. Always love to see the growth of the channel. Just more people subbing in, tuning in. We continue to positively impact, the lives of the masses. This is Yu-Gi-Oh community, man. The Yu-Gi-verse, bro. It's just the best. There Jay goes, ranting at the end of his videos, guys. But much love to each and every single one of you guys. If you made it this far into the video, I hope you guys have a great day, guys, honestly. And much love from your boy to you. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, and for your attention. Stay fresh.